Hi, welcome to the GDA Speed Hustings. As you know, we're running that tonight. Two sessions, running one at 7, one at 8:30. The idea of the hustings is to get the candidates, which are prospective deputies, to meet and spend some time with our members. Our members are a variety of individual members, member charities, understand a little bit more about disability.
It's an opportunity to just at least talk to the deputies from the Disabled Islanders point of view and the GDA point of view, talk to the deputies and get their point across. And everybody will have different points. You could be a carer, you could be somebody who's involved in working for a charity, or you may be a disabled islander yourself. But you've got an opportunity to talk to a number of deputies and get your point across. And I really think one of the deputies said to me as they came in, I'm here to learn as much as anything else. And I think that's really, really positive, because this particular deputy is new, and actually they, I think, will learn a lot from just listening to what islanders have got to say about what life is really like for them in the community.
So they're going to explain to the candidates what it's like living with a disability or possibly caring for someone with a disability, and what are the core issues. The idea is to raise that awareness and then hopefully over time change attitudes, perceptions, and obviously with candidates, if they get in, the idea is that we have more understanding within the states and hopefully the opportunity to drive the disability and inclusion strategy forward. Tonight is probably really an awareness and understanding and maybe an inquisitiveness to sort of go, okay, I need to find out a little bit more about that. There would have been around 8 tables today, and they would have covered topics like learning disability, brain injury, mental health, dementia, access. So I'd be really keen for them to sort of go, wow, I really had no idea about either the condition or the issues, and I want to find out more and maybe, make that change. Or make it real.
Tonight we're also offering the opportunity for people, islanders who want to come in and practice actually voting, so they can actually get a feel and a real sense of what it's like to vote and go into a polling booth, because it is sometimes a bit off-putting for people who've never voted before, particularly if you're lacking a bit of confidence or you're worried about how you're going to get there. So an opportunity to actually practice so that when you get to the day, you know exactly what you're up for and how it's going to work.
For our members, it's really important for them to be heard. So if you've been upstairs today, you would have seen the buzz. There's a lot of energy in the room. There's people that to them maybe are seen as sort of important or prominent in Guernsey life, who are listening, who are sitting there for a good 4 or 5 minutes, wanting to understand about them and listen and learn. And that's really quite powerful. That's powerful because they get to speak, and we talk a lot about having their voice heard. But it's powerful because we're hopefully going to have that change. And for us, it's about raising the awareness, but also empowering the members to take part.
The last time we had the Speed Hustings, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm sure everyone who's a potential candidate tonight will come away tonight having felt they've really gained something, and I've had a fantastic time in the first hour.
It was fantastic, actually. It was friendly, it was welcoming. I think a lot of us felt that our knowledge was nothing like what it should be. I think there's a lot of hidden information out there that we need to open up. People need to see what's going on, and it was really informative.
It was absolutely buzzing. It was fantastic.
I found it very interesting. I actually like the format, or the kind of like speed dating format, because you get to speak to a lot of people in quick succession, and there's a lot of information transfer. I mean, it takes a bit to absorb all of it because there's a lot of issues.
Yep.
Oh, it was brilliant, really, really informative. Fantastic opportunity to talk to loads of different people about loads of different things.
Very positive, very engaging, wanting to communicate as much information as quickly as possible. A real challenge in the time available, and just an overwhelming feeling that you'd like a lot longer. And I know I didn't get round all the tables, so I'm wondering what I've missed. That's worrying me to know what I've missed. So.
Wow, I wanted to learn more about the issues people were having with disabilities in Guernsey, because it's so easy just to see maybe one or two sides of it, maybe autism or somebody in a wheelchair, but it's really to understand the broader side of it and how much it's actually really affecting people's day-to-day lives. It was amazing. It was a real eye-opener, but it was also really disheartening to see what we're not doing.
Oh, atmosphere was great, very electric, very speedy, but that was the nature of it. It was really nice, as I say, the way it was very well organised, obviously, and I think it was great for the candidates to get other people's opinions, because obviously it was about listening, not so much speaking.
It was great. It was very friendly. Everybody was chatting. Only thing, it seemed to go far too quickly. There wasn't enough time to really get into an issue.
It's very exciting. It was great. It was great. Of course, that speed dating thing of, you've got 5 minutes and you're trying to get that balance between listening and actually, well, I want to tell you about me, because I want some votes. There's that bit of you going in the background. It's a lovely atmosphere, and I think what's nice is that there's a great atmosphere of optimism. There's a real feeling that hopefully there's some change, and for people who are genuinely worried about the future, and that they think that there are some people there who might be able to help.
It's a very well coordinated evening, brilliantly organised. Just a shame we couldn't have had 10 minutes at each table rather than 5. There we are.
We first did Speed Hustings back at the 2012 election. We were the first group to ever try such a thing. So this was our second time. And actually we had more candidates than ever, about 65 plus, which is 80% of the candidates came. They came to hear our members' voices because everybody's vote counts in an election. And they went away saying that their eyes had been opened, really, and they'd got an awful lot out of it. And I'm sure our members did too, in assessing how they responded to the issues that they were raising.
I wanted to see the views of the candidates, but I also want them to get across the issues around disability, and for them to start thinking about disability and how it can affect adults, children, carers throughout life, and that they need to have those ideas and take them forward to the States if they get elected.
This evening was quite interesting. Some people seemed keen to help. Some people were like, yeah, we will help, but just not now.
I was just here this evening just to for Grow Limited, basically trying to help Grow be redeveloped, because that's what we need for the future, really.
Hard work, really hard work, because it's very concentrated and you're trying to get a message over very quickly.
The public have lost interest because they know that no matter what they say to their politicians, who are supposed to represent them, it doesn't come out in the House. These people we elect to do what the public want. We put them in the States to do what we want, basically. But they don't do it. They get in there and they do their own thing.
I felt they had empathy for what we wanted to do and good ideas. Some didn't really answer the question, to be blunt, and actually, I don't want to be too mean, but some of them I just didn't really understand what I was talking about. So, yeah, they won't be getting my vote.
Some are very open, others are somewhat protective of the finances. They don't want to commit themselves. But generally speaking, a good audience.
What I asked for was, I asked for normalisation of disabilities. Let's look at the people, what skills they have, what abilities they have, what motivations they have, rather than they've got some impairment. So both in public and in the employment sector as well.
Well, I think there needs to be a bit more about disabilities, but it's good. Yeah, it can only get better, eh?
I think each year we have new candidates, and as most people are aware, maybe the disability and inclusion strategy didn't go as far as we would have liked it to. I think there was an understanding and a keenness to do that, but obviously not enough drive to really push it forward. So with new candidates standing and potentially at least half of those, getting in, or, certainly a very new assembly, it's really important that we have people that understand about disability and the importance of driving that forward.
I just really hope that the candidates, the potential deputies, take away from this that there is a group of people in the island who have not had their voice heard loud enough, and really have a huge amount to offer the island in all the skills that they have. And they can make a difference. They can make this work and make this happen. And if this makes this happen in the community, then the whole island will benefit from that. So I'd really like some of them to go away and think to themselves, I can make a difference by making this happen while I'm in office.